Amy is actually doing the driving. We are on our way back from Virginia. Had a great weekend. Great weekend with the family. Got to watch a football game, which we'll probably never see again. And got to stay at a pretty cool place. It was a really good weekend, and got to watch. Jays are 1-1 now. Ugh. Decent game last night. Just so tough to hit that kid, man. That what's his name? Yoshinobu.
Oh my God,
God, he's good. He was dominant, and it was a great game nevertheless. Watch all the Breeders' Crowns last night. A lot of upsets. You know, you get to see now why it's so tough to win the Breeders' Crown. You're into the end of October of your racing year. These 3-year-olds, a lot of them going since what, April, May, maybe some of them a little earlier. And the 2-year-olds have been going since, we broke them last year. So it takes a special kind of horse to like a horse like Bojangles, just an absolute freaking nature.
Did he qualify in June?
Yeah. Like the thing, he's been going wide open all year and just looked as tough. They stretched him to the half. They come at him the whole way, and he drove off a winner. And man, he looked ultra impressive. Burke's filly looked impressive. Luadipa.
Oh, that thing's a freak.
Yeah, she's a freak too. 2 standouts definitely in the rookie division for sure. Of any gait or sex, it'd be those 2 horses. The 3-year-old division, the little hiccup from Blueprint last night. Made a break going in the first turn, was out the rest of the way, but didn't look quite as crisp, quite as sharp as he did all year long. It's tough, especially for a horse like him. He had that surgery right before the jug to remove a testicle. There was something wrong with it. They said it won't affect his breeding season. And somebody said last night, I saw somebody online or somebody had messaged me and said, "Oh, I guess Blueprint's potential stud career is in question." I don't understand how it could possibly be in question. He's probably one of the most impressive looking horses I've seen in a long time. And to have a colt dominate at 2 and 3, I'm trying to think the only horse other than Some Beach Somewhere, Annihilator didn't. He was dominant, but not like that. Nitross. Who else? Who was that dominant? Is it still? I'm just trying to think. Captain Corey was and wasn't. Like Captain Treacher's had. That was a good division also. Man, I don't know. It's very, very tough to dominate the way.
I think Sylvia Hanover dominated too.
She got beat last night.
Yeah,
there's another horse. Yeah. Sylvia Hanover is a killer. Twinbee Joe Fresh was that dominant her whole life. And there's 2 horses. One scratched last night in the post braid, and the other one got beat fair and square. Austin Hanners was a winner last night. 3rd. I saw him at least one time. He was 1st and 3rd. What a great job by that kid. It's so nice to see the young baby. We talked about it yesterday in Virginia, Logan beating me, and I don't like losing. But, there's a kid that works his butt off. And
Todd kid, he won one.
Who?
Todd Ratchford.
Oh, yes, Jesus. Todd Ratchford won. You guys may not remember the people that have been with us for quite a while when we were at Tamiko Training Center. Todd Ratchford Sr. worked for us, and just a very, very nice man. The whole family are nice. I met a number of the Ratchford family from Nova Scotia, and they're all similarly related, and just very, very nice people. And Todd Ratchford Jr., that kid, man, to win a Breeders' Crown at that age and do it, and he drove the horse good. It wasn't like they just handed him the race. He drove the horse very, very good. So great job by Todd, Austin Hanners, and then as I said, even Logan winning in Virginia yesterday means a lot. So it's nice to see young kids doing well in the industry for sure. But the Breeders' Crowns themselves, a lot of great racing, unexpected victories, but great racing last night. We wanted to talk about. Where are we going to start now that we started a 4-minute video? I want to talk about. Let's start with the racehorses. You know what I might do, because we don't have that many 3-year-olds. I might just start with the 3-year-olds and run right through to the racehorses. I'm going to combine the 3 and 4-year-olds, the 3-year-olds and the racehorses today. Then I'll go to the 2-year-olds, and Amy and I maybe will talk about the yearlings quite briefly. We are listening to football. Well, one of us is watching the football, and the other one is listening to the football on the way home. So, Allure to start off the 3-year-old division. She's been very, very, very good for us. We've been very fortunate. I love all the horses that we bought to be this effective. This is exactly what we needed, was an allure. And sometimes you have to buy 4 or 5 horses like her to actually get to one like her if you're lucky enough to. And it's not that she's an open trotter or anything like that, but she's going to be a very effective horse for us for a little while. So allure was good last week and is in to go Monday or Tuesday, I'm not sure. Arrowhead Hanover draws a 9-hole again. I know for my partners, you're biting your lip and angry because, this horse just sick and then bad luck and then bad posts. I don't have to tell anybody. This is just racing. There's not much we can do about that. And as much as I want to believe that somehow Arrowhead Hanover will be fine on, I don't know what day he's racing, Monday or Tuesday, I think we all know that that's unlikely. It's going to be a tough road ahead for him out of the 9-hole. Just hope that he draws good next week and be ready when he does. Blue Ventura was a little bit sick this weekend. We had to put him on some antibiotics, and Dr. Latessa wanted to do some work on him. So I think he's probably going to miss his race on Tuesday. I believe he's going to have to be scratched. I guess we'll wait a little bit, but that's how it's looking right now for Blue Ventura this week. Captain Incredible qualified last week. He'll be racing this coming week at the Meadows. Some of you asked me, well, is he not going to Ontario? He will. I want to make sure that he's good enough to go to Ontario. You can't just, these middle, now 3-year-old, 4-year-old classes, now when there's a 40, 50, 60, it's a Shark Tank. There's a lot of talent waiting anywhere for you, especially if you think you're going to roll into a place like Mohawk or the Meadowlands. We're looking for the path of least resistance, and we'll continue on that path as long as we can with Captain Incredible. Chicago Hall, just gave him 3 weeks in the field. I ran him the other day. He just felt lethargic. Just felt like he was present, but not stepping forward. And I just felt we have a number of horses that fit that class right now. Why don't we just give him 3 weeks in the field, 3 weeks back? He'll be ready to go inside of that 6 week window usually. Foxy Seaside races tonight. I'm going to make my way to Northfield Park tonight just after 11 o'clock to drive Foxy Seaside at Northfield Park. Gorgeous package, just over her head, and nobody's fault. I talked in depth about this in the opening, talking about the frustrations with trying to race horses at Mohawk. It's not just Mohawk. There's a lot of places. Now, if we aren't getting our horses in at the Meadows, it's easy just to race them at Northfield or ship them down to Dayton maybe or somewhere. But when they're not getting in at Mohawk, it's a little tougher, right? That's federal border to get her out of there. I'm not racing her at Flamborough in London. I have zero interest in it. So if she is not going to get in the proper class at Mohawk that we sent her there to race in, then she's going to leave. And she's going to come back here. We'll race her at the Meadows, or we'll race her at Dayton, or wherever we want. But I'm not going to race her over her head, and I'm not going to race her on a half-mile track unless I have to. And if I race her on a half, it'll be Northfield Park, not Flamborough or London. Manhattan Money is in the sale on Monday. He'll go. I mean, listen, he's a nice horse, but when you get to that numbers of 4 but 7, you have to be able to step forward. And if you can't, there's no real light at the end of the tunnel, because once you get to that class, then you're really cooked. So we're trying to figure out the best way forward. We have purchased some horses with 1, 2, 3 wins on their card, so we're going to move Manhattan Money out. I think that goes without saying. Melisandre's in the sale next week. We have to get the tags from the mailbox. I think Dave sent them to South Point Trail, and they have to go with the filly. So we'll get those done. We should get a nice halter. Do we have a leather halter with her name on it still somewhere?
Yeah, it's no good.
It's no good? I'll get a new one made up. So Melisandre's going to be heading to Harrisburg to sell in the racehorse / broodmare section. Memento Mori races tomorrow, I believe, or Tuesday at Cumberland Run. We'll see how he races. Nassau, another week or so of just that 1.5 mile, 25 training. He's starting to look good and feel good again. So I'm happy to hear that. I mean, when you get the horses that you turn them out and then they get sick, it's always kind of frustrating for me. But if the end result is that the horse is going to come back and be good here now, well, that's the most important thing, and that's the way that's what we're heading in right now, the direction we're heading in. Raging Hanover race next week at the Meadows also. Ooh, I'm not going to be here next week. Ooh, goodness. The way he shot, I think they should be able to get this horse around. I'm hopeful anyway. That's broodmare. She sits at the bar. Sparkling Volo will qualify Tuesday. I'm going to make my way to the Meadows quickly Tuesday morning to go with him. Tally the Tab, also eligible on Wednesday. So whatever. We'll get a feel for Tally the Tab, have Dr. Latessa wall over her, probably train her up in the race bike the end of the week, and then we'll race her the next week in Northfield Park. Woodmere Betcha finished third yesterday in the mud. She makes her way to Ontario with, let's see if I can get this right, Lady Hess and Woodmere Flojo are the other two horses coming. Drebin. Now, I talked to James and Dominic quite a bit. Drebin is ready to go, but I want him to have, I told them both very bluntly, I don't want to have him into qualifier or into race if he isn't ready to win. So we're going to put him back on his toes. You know, he trained back now from an injury. We gave him time off. We trained him back, as I said to James and Dominic. Now I want to put him on his toes. I want him ready to rock. So we've been in 57 with him the other day. May just go back and school him once more in 56 or 57, and then at least one qualifier. The reason I'm telling you this is because if he can't try 54s for a start, there's no point putting him in. So 57 the other day, 56 this week. Put him into qualify, go mile 56 of them again. I'll go in 56 of them if I'm around to go over there with them. And then we'll have Drebin ready to rock. But I'm happy that Drebin is back now and ready to go. Legal Scholar. This is the Walner colt that we had bought from, it's a 3-year-old, isn't it? I'm not sure. The Walner horse that we had bought from Andrew this weekend. He is in to go Tuesday, I believe, at Northfield Park. We'll see how he races. Tenacious Hanover, I guess we'll start training this horse this week. I don't really know what the timeline was supposed to be for Tenacious Hanover, but he's sharp as a tack and feeling great on the track. There's no heat, there's no swelling in any area on his body, so I think we'll just start training Tenacious Hanover this week. Time is on my side, scratched from Mohawk. I got a couple of angry messages from people thinking that, you know, we just scratched him because, listen, that's Tim's decision, and if he said he wasn't 100%, I don't know how anybody could be upset if we have a horse that's 6 hours away in Pennsylvania that's racing in Canada on Saturday. If the horse is not 100% before you get on the truck, you shouldn't go on the truck, and that's just that, regardless of how people feel. So time is on my side, scratch. We'll race him back next week, or maybe he'll need a week, I don't know. Winter Soldier races Monday, I think, at Northfield Park. He's in a good spot again. I'm happy to race him. Agent Black, still got to get that curb crowd. Mike's been dragging his feet a little bit on the old curb. We'll get that done. Agent Black seems good, putting weight on good, healthy good again now. And I think it was important that we stopped with him when he got sick. Those horses coming from the southern hemisphere, they don't respond the same, right? It's a different bug, different virus. They need a little bit more time. Their immune system does. He's 100% again now. Save America, he has been a little longer getting back than I'd hoped. The end game for him is to get him back. So the best route forward is the only route forward. So I think he's in Ontario now. I'll probably ship him back and have Dr. Brown look at him also. Just as we get a true prognosis and a true idea and understanding of what the timeline, and it is ever changing, but what that timeline looks like will be coming from the surgeon, which is Dr. Brown. At some point in the next few weeks, we'll probably bring him back over here, I guess. Spitfire Overseas got the rail in the Open at Cumberland. You might say, great. I'm a little disappointed. We tried to take advantage of him having no money on his card, brought him back. He won that race that went for like $15,000 or $17,000 last week, but then he got rewarded with a trip to the Open, which is jumping over at least 3 classes. So I guess, truthfully speaking, my hope would be that he does okay in the Open and they allow him to drop back into the Open 2 his next start. That would be my hope. Greatest Ending will race Tuesday, I believe, Monday or Tuesday at Northfield Park. Looks like Money will be back in to go next week, I imagine, at the Meadows. Neptune is coming back. He is at Northfield right now. He'll be heading to the Meadows next week. Just a snafu there. The classes were not proper for us to get Neptune raced in a competitive way. You know, we shipped him down there hoping we'd race in the Elmers at 9. We had him bumped all the way to the Open, which is not really conducive to what we were trying to do, so I just brought him back. And that's a frustrating thing. You know, we talk about Mohawk and Gorgeous Package not fitting in class. Not just their fault. It does happen. It's happened right now in Corbin, and we simply just shipped the horse right back. That's exactly what we had to do. Rockshine Star will race next week at Corbin also. We're hoping he drops down a little bit. 3 Point Blue Chip will race again at the Meadows this coming week. 5th the other day, I told everybody sitting on a win, but I should always start that conversation, start that statement with, he is sitting on a win, Oh, but he has to be in a position to win. So if you get a couple of killers in there, the lineups. It's a light. If you get a couple of this is the town, I think. Turn right, and there's a Pizza Delight and a Starbucks right here. Yep, that's where we got our pizza the other day. Do you want Starbucks? No. If you did want Starbucks, it's right there. And this is Breeze Wood, I believe, is the name of this town. I don't know. So 3 Point Blue Chip being next week. Trosa is in Wednesday. We'll try him on a half-mile track this week. For him, this will probably be the softest class he's faced in over a year. And he does have to get around a half, and he is coming in off 2 weeks. But we'll see how Trosa races. Yo Mister goes to Ohio State University tomorrow. Now, the reason for that, at this point, we could patch and go Yo Mister, but I want to know what's brewing there, what the problem is. It may be something that's easy to fix, but it does need 3 or 4 weeks of rest. That may be a potential. I have no idea, but I do know that bone scan they have in Ohio State University will most definitely tell us what the issue is with him, or issues are with him. Not only are we looking for a main cause, we're also looking for the supporting cast. We're looking for the secondary issues that are causing him trouble. So not only can we document what is the true issue right now with respect to Yo Mister, but what other issues we have to be on the lookout for. So it's important. It's an important test, an important thing that we're doing, and that's taking place tomorrow at Ohio State University. That's it. The older horses are gone, the oldest ones. So Yo Mister will conclude our racehorse and 3-year-old list. Talked with the 3-year-olds and Yo Mister. Some horses coming up from the Maritimes to Ontario to race. Some horses potentially leaving Ontario and some horses going. A lot of horses moving around over the next 3-4 weeks as we finish up in Harrisburg. Of course, I would love to have an open pacer and an open trotter for Ontario. That is easier said than done, but something we will be on the lookout for over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, hope you guys had a great weekend. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.